How's it going, everybody? It's Aaron here, and in this video today I'm going to talk about how you can keep your clients even if you get them bad results. Let's get right into it. So if you don't know me, my name is Aaron Bogle, and my goal is to build a six-figure agency. And I set a deadline now. It's going to be by the end of the year, by December. So by 2021, I will have a six-figure agency. So if you want to join me on the journey, please be sure to like this video first and then hit the subscribe button so you stay up to date on what's working right now to get SMMA clients and also get them results as well. So here's the thing. So with most of you guys who are watching my channel and stuff like that, I know a lot of you guys are actually like beginners, like, you just got into the SMMA niche and, you want to start getting clients, and then you're so concerned about getting clients, and then boom, you finally get a client using my cold call script, which if you join the group, you get free access to. If you link will be in the description below for that group as well. So you use the cold call script. You're able to get a meeting, and then you go through the discovery phase, and then you're actually able to close a client. And now it's time to get them results. And one of the things I kind of recommend is just to make guarantees saying, okay, I can get you X amount of leads in this amount of time. And I'll charge you like $100 per lead, 10 leads up front, and then $100 and then that's $1,000 from there. That's how I recommend that you start. So I'm gonna actually talk about what happened with my current client when I didn't get him the results I specifically promised for him. So pretty much how it started is from the cold to close script. It's that same client that I'm talking about in this video. I promised him, okay, I'd get him 10 leads for $100 per lead, then that's $1,000 up front. And then I said in the proposal and in the contract I sent him as well, that for every qualified lead I didn't get for him, I would return his money. So for example, like if I only got him 9 leads out of the month and I said I would get him 10, I would return him $100, so on and so forth. So overall how it went was I was actually able to get him around the budget. I was actually able to get him 16 leads, who filled out like a short application on Facebook as well. But the problem is that this is going to happen with a lot of local businesses, is that they can't always get to the phone because they're always busy, especially if they're contractors. If they're giving a free estimate to someone else, they can't respond to the lead immediately and follow up with that lead immediately. And that's the key when it comes to Facebook ads, is that once you get a lead, you need to follow up in some way within the first minute. If you don't, then that lead, the chances of you actually closing that lead are long gone. So even though I was getting him a good amount of leads, the fact that A, he wasn't following up, B, some of them weren't qualified, overall he wasn't too satisfied with the results. But I was still actually able to sign him up for another month. And here's how I did it, and here's how you should do it. If let's say you're not in this predicament right now and you're scared you're going to be in this predicament and you want to know what to do, or you're in this predicament right now and you're just thinking, okay, Aaron, tell me what I need to do. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is that you don't want to make promises that you can't really keep. So it's always under promise and over deliver, and that's what I tried to do here when I said I under promised 10 leads and then I over delivered, get him 16, but the 16 leads weren't, even though it was more, it wasn't as good as he wanted it to be, mostly because he wasn't following up. But it doesn't matter if he's not following up, he's still gonna just blame me in the end because I got him those leads, and if those leads don't respond or they say no in the end, he's gonna think that I'm getting him the bad leads, even though it's the kind of the business owner's fault if they don't follow up. But they're not going to think of it like that. They're going to think that you're the bad guy, and it doesn't matter what the logical situation is, they're still not going to pay you. So pretty much the first step to avoiding this is A, not avoiding this at all, and, actually getting them the high quality leads and actually making sure the business owner actually follows up with the leads. So I connected Zapier to his account, and I'm going to have a link in the description, or a link as an iCard, just like how to connect Zapier, so that every time you get a lead on Facebook, it notifies you through Zapier. So pretty much I got an email every time. I and the business owner got an email every time a new lead came in. So you should always keep up to date with at the end of the day, just be like, hey, I got you 2 new leads today, how did they turn out? Always just be in constant contact with the business owner. So you don't have to talk to them every single day, you don't have to have like a daily meeting, but you want to have their phone number, text them often, and, you know, ask them how they're doing. It doesn't always have to be about business. You know, talk about your day, talk about what's happening in the world and stuff like that. You want to build a good relationship so that there's trust. There's already trust because, you know, they've already given you $1,000+ or whatever price you charged to work with you. So there's already good enough trust there. So you want to keep building on that trust by just keeping constant communication with the business owner as well. And then with that being said, with that constant communication, you're going to want to, you know, keep them up to date with every single thing that you're doing. So for example, you want to say, hey, okay, I'm doing this, and I think I'm doing this because of this reason. I think it's going to work because of this reason, so on and so forth. So for example, one thing I wanted to try with this business owner is like, okay, let's try using a quiz funnel so that people can answer questions and get value from the quiz. And then they'll see the result, and then they'll see a pop-up saying, hey, book a free estimate or a free consultation from us. So although, you know, a lot of people went to the quiz, we ended up getting a lot of spam emails. Literally someone even just put spam on it and stuff like that. And, you know, I remember I called him and I said, hey, I'm so sorry about that. Like, I didn't think that I would get that much spam when it came to these quiz funnels. And then he laughed about it. He was like, yeah, I didn't expect that either, but it was a good idea. It was well thought out. He knows that I'm going to do everything possible for him in order to actually reach my goal and actually get him all those leads. The second thing is that, hey, you want to make sure that even whether you're doing the ads or, you know, you have someone else doing the ads, make sure that you or they actually know what you're doing to actually get the leads, and you don't want to actually just give up. So let's say, you know, you haven't gotten the leads or the leads not working, and the business owner's kind of getting mad at you, or, you know, they're kind of being like, where are the leads? Like, come on, like, you know, I paid you this money. Like, they may start getting antsy with you because, you know, they paid you $1,000+, and, you know, if they're not seeing results, you know, pretty quickly, then it's gonna be, you know, it's not gonna be a good time. You don't want to be like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know what to do. I tried everything that I know. I'm sorry, I quit, give up, cry. Because then, A, that's gonna really, really demotivate you, and then you're not gonna want to go out and get more clients. B, the business owner's gonna be really mad at you, and then that business owner's gonna cancel on you, and they're not gonna trust any other digital marketer ever to help them grow their business. And this is bad because if they don't know how to grow their business, and, you know, a digital marketer that actually does know what they're doing actually cold calls them, they're just gonna completely like be like, you know, I tried a digital marketer before, it didn't work, and, you know, I didn't get the leads and stuff like that. And then overall, that business maybe just not do well because of that, when that digital marketer who actually knew what they were doing actually could have helped. So pretty much what you want to say is, okay, I know this isn't working right now, but here's why I think it's not working. So you pretty much want to give a reason of like, okay, I think this failed because maybe my targeting might be slightly off, or maybe the audience might not be resonating with the ads that I'm putting. And this is why you kind of have to know Facebook ads in general in order to do SMMA. Yeah, like you can just go into the ads manager, like put in a stock image and stuff like that. But, you know, when things aren't working, you need to know the reason why they aren't working. So when the business owner asks you that, you can tell them, okay, yeah, I know this isn't working but I know it's because of X, Y, and Z. So I'm going to try Z, Y, X, and then we'll see the results from there. The business owner is going to be like, okay, good. And then he's going to see that A, that you know what you're doing, and B, that you're taking a proactive role into actually, you know, doing something to, you know, fix the issue. And then when the leads actually start coming in, the business owner is going to be happy with all encompassing like one step. You want to always just keep in contact with the business owner, always be trying new things, or if something's not working, if you're not getting a good amount of leads in, always be trying something. Keep the business owner in contact so they know that, you know, you didn't just take their money and run away. That just keep talking to them and just be like, okay, here's what I'm doing, this should work, or, you know, this didn't work, but I'm going to try this. The business owner is going to be happy for that, and that's going to build trust, which is absolutely necessary if you want to sign them on to the next month. Okay, so now that's pretty much how to prevent it, or, you know, ease a relationship. So let's say you get to the end of the month, you promised them 10 leads and you only got them like 6, or you barely even got them any leads for the most part. How do you fix it? What do you say so that way you have the best chance to retain that customer? So I'm going to first start off by saying, if you did not get them good results, then you need to figure out something. You need to, you know, pay for coaching. You need to take a course. You need to do something so you can learn the proper thing on what to do. and actually do it for them. Like, you don't want to give up and just quit and just cry, and then, you know, say that SMMA doesn't work and then try drop shipping and then, you know, get banned from Facebook ads, which can happen. Regardless, what do you say to the client? So there are a couple different options that you can say. So pretty much with me and my current client, he has a lot of trust in me. He says he sees me as, you know, the internet marketing guy, and that I know what I'm doing with internet marketing. And I think the fact that he saw that I was getting him leads, you know, it's like, okay, he does know how to, you know, at least attract people to, you know, my business. It's just maybe he thought maybe Facebook wasn't really the right platform, so he was thinking, oh, why don't you go to YouTube and stuff like that. But I was actually doing some research. It's like, oh, maybe I can try Pinterest for the most part. So pretty much what I'm saying here is you want to tell the business owner other options that you can take that you actually think are really gonna like really help get him leads, and you want to make sure that you give a reason why. So for example, like one thing I want to try now is like, okay, maybe Facebook ads isn't the complete right way for remodeling, although I'm still gonna try it. Maybe if I go to Pinterest ads and, you know, see how that works, and then, you know, see how that works from there. And since I know the concepts of marketing, all I need to know is just how, okay, like what's the overall structure of a Pinterest ad, and then I know how to use my words and, like, you know, what kind of creatives to use to actually attract people and get them into my funnel. And that's another thing as well. You want to try a different way of attracting leads. So beforehand, if you're using the Facebook lead ads and, you know, you weren't getting the high quality leads, I do recommend that you start out with it and then see the quality of leads that are coming through. If it's not working out, go ahead and make a landing page. I'm using ClickFunnels for right now, and I made a landing page for them that's going to offer value upfront first, and then once they like watch a video, then they can go ahead and, you know, submit an application and stuff like that. So if, let's say you tried Facebook lead ads, or let's say you tried something beforehand that just didn't work, completely try an overall new strategy, and then the business owner is going to like that, because if you say, let's say you were getting them leads but they weren't really high quality, you can just say, okay, Facebook lead ads aren't, you know, the right way, so let's try going through a landing page. And then he liked that idea as well. I think he's the one he said like he saw other people doing it, and I knew other people were doing it, but I'll be honest, I just didn't want to go and make a whole entire landing page. But I did with ClickFunnels. It was very easy. So I just did that, and I'm going to start running ads for that tomorrow and see where that goes from there. So you want to try different methods as well. So pretty much everything I said so far was just to build the trust, and now you're at the point of, you know, do or die for the most part. And then let's say you do mention like, okay, I'm going to try using landing pages, I'm going to try something else, and the business owner's like, okay, fine, but, you know, you're still not getting the leads and stuff like that. And then he says, you know, we might have to cancel. Pretty much what you want to do is you want to work with the business owner. You want to be like, okay, business owner name, I understand that, you know, I'm not getting the leads and stuff like that, but I still really want to work with you. How can we what can we do so we can, you know, continue working with each other? So one thing you can do is that instead of promising, let's say you promised leads before, promise booked appointments, but only do fewer of them to start. So this is exactly what I did. So I said, okay, I see that I'm getting you leads, but overall you're not able to turn these leads into booked appointments. This is the most important part, because especially if you're working with local businesses, they want, you know, an in-house appointment. They want that free estimation to go inside the house, because at that point it's all on them. And, you know, the client is right, and if the project that they want is right, then they should be able to, you know, close that client with their sales skills. They honestly can't blame you if they go to the house of the client, they talk with the client, and then they give the estimate to the client, and, you know, they do all their sales tactics, and, you know, the client still says no. Business owners know that, you know, only I can do so much. Like, I can't go and make the sale for them. Pretty much then I'll just be an affiliate. And then if you are going to do a pay-per sale, you want to make sure you take a big chunk. Like if it's like a $3,000 project, you want to say, okay, I'm going to need like at least 20% of, you know, the project, because that's a lot of work. And then these can be long sales cycles as well, and you need to get paid for what you do. Kind of like, so I guess what I'm saying here is just upgrade what you were promising the customer before. So if you were promising them high quality leads, go to booked appointments. This is really good when it comes to like anyone, even like dentists or any niche wants booked appointments. So if you promise them booked appointments, they're way more likely to give you another chance. And you can even charge higher for these booked appointments as well if you establish the trust and the business owner trusts you as the guy. So this is exactly what I did. So I said, okay, how about this? Instead of getting you 10 high quality leads for $100, I'll get you 7 booked appointments for $150 per lead. He was first being like, oh, can we start with 5? I'm like, I want to start with 7 so that way we have a jump start. And then, once we get you that 7, we can talk more in the future. Maybe, I can give you 20 booked appointments for that $100 a month. So you always want to at least compromise, but you don't want to completely sell yourself short. So that is one method. If that method doesn't work, you can always, or if you don't want to really just do booked appointments, because that is a lot harder to do, you can say that you'll get them more quality leads, but instead you call the customer and you actually book the appointment for them. So for me, I always have my phone on me, and as a digital marketer, for the most part, you're mostly on your computer. If you're like anyone, you have your phone right next to you. So if you use Zapier and then you get like a text message saying a lead came in, you can go in and you call the lead, and then of course you and the business owner have to talk about what type of information that they need. Once you get that information, you can be like, okay, when can we schedule an in-house appointment for you and stuff like that. It's actually very easy. You just go talk with the business owner and see, okay, what questions or what do you need to know in order for you to actually go out there and book an appointment. So if you do have more time on your hands, if you do always have your phone on you, feel free for you to be pretty much the manager. You can say that you're like the customer satisfaction manager, stuff like that. That's exactly what I did. You call the lead, and then you're the one who actually takes that lead from a cold lead to an appointment. So pretty much you just kind of insert yourself into the sales process, and you just tell the business owner, hey, okay, I got you a booked appointment from X date and X time, and yeah, and that counts towards your number and stuff like that. So that's a couple ways you can do it. And then of course you can always lower the price just as well. Just be like, okay, hey, how about instead of $100 per lead, I'll do $50 per lead, and then we can see how we're doing from there, and I'll get you the 10 leads still. You only pay $50 for them, and then you get them those leads, and then you make sure you ensure that either that you're gonna call them, or that the business owner is gonna call them, or that someone related to the business is gonna call them within 1 minute. If they can't do that, then you have to do that. But if you can't do that, you're walking on thin ice, because you're gonna keep getting the business owners those leads, and then those leads are just gonna keep going ice cold. So if you can't do that, or you don't have enough time, you can always just pay a VA to do it, or just pay someone else some money to call the lead and make sure that lead's actually qualified and stuff like that. But I recommend just setting up something called an application funnel, which is what I'm doing right now with ClickFunnels, which is like where they fill out all the information. They even fill out a date and time where they can go ahead and book an appointment. And of course, the phone number and email address of the business is there. Actually, my phone number is there, and the business owner's email address is there. So that way, if they do have a question, they can always just call me, because I know I pretty much always have my phone on me. And then they can just call me, and then I can just deal with it from there. Because I know with many other business owners, they're too busy, and then they really can't get back to the customer. And then the customer, if they're looking for a solution fast, they're gonna go to another business straight there, and we don't want that. So overall, that is how you keep a client. In a review, during the month, during the time, you want to keep building trust with them. You want to keep saying that, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You want to sound smart. You want to sound like you want to sound like you know what you're doing, and you're saying, hey, I'm trying this, I'm trying that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You want to keep in constant contact with them. Ask them how the leads are turning out, and then also just ask them how their day's going, and just have like a casual conversation, share a few laughs as well, because you want to build that trust. Because then, when it comes to the end of the month, and maybe you didn't get them the results that you promised them, that trust that's there. The business owner is going to be more than willing to work with you, especially if they like you. I mean, like, hey, I see that you're trying, I like you. Can we do this avenue and this avenue as well? The business owner is going to always just suggest some things. And then of course you can use your best intuition to see, you know, if that's an actual viable solution. So then once you reach that point, yet again, you can either, you know, upgrade the leads. So instead of just saying, you know, I'll get you high quality leads, you can say I'll get them booked appointments, or you call the leads, and or if all else fails, you can lower the price. But if anything, if everything fails, sometimes the business owner is just going to be like, no, flat out, I don't want to work with you anymore. And if that happens, don't keep your head down. Just take that as a lesson learned, and, you know, acquire the skills so that that doesn't have to happen to you ever again. Okay, so now that you know how to keep your clients in case you fail, you probably watched this video because you want to know everything you need to do. But let's say you still let's say you still don't know how to book appointments for yourself. Be sure to click on the video up there where I show you how to book 2 to 5 appointments per week for your SMMA. And if you're just starting out, if it's just you, 2 to 5 appointments is plenty and will keep you busy. I'll see you guys in that video. Take care.